Namaste friends, the month of Sawan has started. Sawan Maas started on the 23rd of July and will continue until August 22nd. So the same way that Adhik Maas was special to Lord Vishnu, Sawan Maas is special to Lord Shiva. And I'm going to show you different types of Shiv Puja that you can do during this month. The Mondays of this month is especially sacred. So here you can see Shivling. Throughout the month of Sawan, Lord Shiva leaves Kailash, which is his abode, and travels throughout earth in his subtle form, and he physically resides or subtly resides in the homes of his devotees. So on the first Monday, Lord Shiva travels to this particular temple called the Daksheshwar Mandir in Haridwar, and after that Monday, Lord Shiva visits wherever he is worshipped, and he stays in the homes of his devotees for the month of Sawan. So if you also wish, you can perform special puja during the Mondays that are coming up until August 22nd, and you can have Lord Shiva as a guest in your home. So in the picture you can see a type of thali that is set up with the shivling in the center and a nag or serpent behind it, the trishul or trident. Some people have Nandi and Durga on the left hand side of Lord Shiva. However many family members you can have around Lord Shiva, that's how many you have around him, in a similar manner to the fashion that you saw um, on the tray in the picture. Some people have various murtis. If you don't have a murti, if you can't make one out of sand or flour because you don't have the artistic skill, then you can also light lamps. One lamp in the center of your tray representing Shiva, and one lamp for Ganesh on the front right hand side, one lamp on the left for Durga, and so on. And you can make your offerings in front of the lamps instead of pouring the water on the actual statue. You can then pour it in front of the lamps. So here you can see I'm using the yantras. There's something special about this puja, and that is all of the family of Lord Shiva is shown facing Lord Shiva. So you can see that the Ganesh that is in the front right hand side is facing the Shiv yantra, which is in the center. The Nag or the serpent is facing the Shiv yantra, which is lying flat in the center. The Durga yantra, which is on the right hand side, is again placed in such a way that it's facing the Shivling. And you can see here I'm worshipping a Shivling made out of flour. You can, if you don't have the yantras, if you can't make a lamp, if you don't have a Shivling made of stone, you can also make one out of flour, and thereafter you dispose of the entire shivling either in the ground or in a river. If you can't do that, you can also make a shivling out of sand. You can mix sand and ghee together and leave it to dry for a few hours, and then you can worship that shivling. That way the shivling will not break even when you pour water in it, and you won't find any sand coming off like you can see in the video. So here I'm showing you a very simple Shiv Puja. I've kept it as simple as possible. You can make it more elaborate as you wish. So I've mixed together water and milk, and I'm offering it onto the Ganesh. Afterwards, after you worship Ganesh, who is going to be placed in the front right, you then worship whichever deity is on the left. So in other words, you work clockwise. I offered milk onto the Nag, and then I'm offering it onto the Shakti yantra, which is placed on Lord Shiva's left, in other words my right, and then last you offer the milk and water mixture onto the Shiv yantra or the Shivling if you've got that. If you don't have any of these, you can use, and you're using the lamps, then you would offer a few drops of this liquid in front of all of the lamps without letting any of the liquid fall onto the actual flame. All this time, if you can, you need to keep chanting Om Namah Shivaya or some mantra of Lord Shiva. Afterwards, I'm going to offer Chandan again in the same order. First, I'll offer it onto the Ganesh, and then whichever deity is on the left. So as though I'm walking clockwise around the Shiv Yantra or the Shivling. If you have Nandi, you can place Nandi in the front left hand corner. Ganesh is on the front right hand corner. The Nag would be behind. If you worship Kartik or Murga, that would be directly behind the Shivling, in other words facing you, and any form of Shakti on the right hand side. All of these deities are then facing Lord Shiva. After that, I offered turmeric or haldi. The haldi paste is offered to Ganesh, to the Nag, to Shakti. None of this is offered to Lord Shiva. Haldi and kumkum is not offered to Lord Shiva at all during Sawan Maas. So here you can see I'm offering kumkum. First I'll place some on the Ganesh. Afterwards I'll place some on the Nag. There's a special tradition that whenever you dot the Nag or the serpent, you always place some of the kumkum into the mouth of the Nag. And there's when you are worshipping Shakti or Durga, you dot, and you worshipping the yantra, you dot the center and then the four sides of the yantra, and then again into the center of the yantra. If you worshipping a murti or a statue form, you don't offer onto four sides, you just offer it onto the forehead and the feet. Again, no kumkum is offered to Lord Shiva. Next, I'm offering rice. So starting from Ganesh and then working clockwise all the way to whichever deity is on the left, in this instance the Shakti Yantra, and then I offered some onto the Shiv Yantra, or if you are using the Shivling, you would use the Shivling. After this, you can also offer flowers. I've kept the worship as simple as possible, using things that people are likely to have at home. So I've offered Dhup or Agarbatti. You can offer that next. If you have flowers, you will offer it before the Agarbatti, or you can just offer anything you like in the order that you like. After this, I'm offering a lamp. So you offer Aarti first to Ganesh and then in a clockwise fashion while chanting the mantra. Some people use multiple lamps. I'm using just one lamp. If you want, you can use 5, 7, 11 and so on. Next, I'm going to offer Bel Patra. Bel Patra, if you have it, you can offer it. Make sure that the Bel Patra is absolutely healthy. Again, Bel Patra is offered first to Ganesh. The way that you offer Bel Patra is you hold the stalk and then you place the shiny side face down in front of each deity. I don't have any specific wish at the moment, so instead of offering it face down, because I'm just doing this video as a demo version, I was not particular about offering it face down, because I just wanted to show you how it's done. One Bel Patra can be used many times until it's dried. You can keep washing it and offering the same one again and again. Some people offer 108 or 11, 51, 21, 5 or even 1 Bel Patra. If you have it, you can offer it. The fruit is also offered of Bel. I'm just using any small fruit that is available. So starting from Ganesh, you would then worship clockwise, offering fruit to all the deities that are placed around the Shivling or around your Shiv Yantra, and last you would offer the fruit to Lord Shiva. For Ganesh, I'm offering turf or some grass. Make sure that whenever you offer turf, you do not allow any of the turf to touch the Shakti or the Durga that is placed on the left hand side. From the Shiv Puran, various different types of Shivlings are mentioned that can be worshipped. Each Shivling has a different benefit that is accrued to it. Worshipping a Shivling made of crystal or mud fulfills all the desires and gives one the blessings of Lord Shiva. If one wishes for material gain, they can worship a Shivling made out of flour. A special type of Shivling made with 4 parts of Chandan, 3 parts of Kumkum and 2 parts of Attar or musk. If it's mixed together, then one gains Shiv consciousness, and after death one gets moksha. For any other type of material gain, you can use a shivling made out of sand mixed together with water and ghee, and you need this, and then make a shivling out of it and dry it in the sun for a few hours. If you worship this kind of shivling, even if you pour lots of liquid on it, none of the sand particles disintegrate. If you're not so confident, stick to just flour. But if you mix these different articles in, it can give different results. If you mix turf into your dough or into your mud mixture, then it saves one from untimely death. So if you're in a very risky job, if you're accident prone, if you have lots of fears and phobias, or astrologically it shows that you have a risk of untimely death, then mixing turf into your mud or flour mixture saves one from untimely death. If flowers are mixed into the shivling mixture that you're making, or you worship a shivling made only out of flowers, then one can get land and respect. If one wishes for moksha, they should worship a shivling that contains camphor in it. If you get very, very fine sand, or if you sieve sand and you use the finest particles of sand, and you need that with lots of ghee and just a little bit of water, then one becomes a Shivgan after death. In other words, one gets the chance to be an attendant of Lord Shiva after death. If one wishes to increase their good karma and remove any sins that they have that is preventing them from obtaining what they wish, then they should worship a shivling made out of ashes, or mix ashes into the sand or flour mixture. For farmers who are having a problem with harvest, or who wish for a good harvest, they should use a mash made of fruit, raw fruit or ground fruit in their shivling. If one wishes for a blissful life, then one can worship a shivling made of sugar. And if you wish for wealth, then the dung of a brown cow should be used. If your astrological chart or your family history shows that children do not survive, or the children die before the parents continuously, or it seems to be a pattern in the family, then one should mix the very small leaves of the bamboo plant into the shivling. If one has been unable to conceive children, then equal parts of rice flour, corn flour and wheat flour should be mixed together, and a shivling made of that should be worshipped. I'm giving you different types of shivlings. You can make many different types of shivlings, put them all in the center, and just have one Ganesh or one Durga around it, and however many family members of Lord Shiva you have surrounding the shivlings. You can use multiple shivlings and have the family members all surrounding the shivling, looking inwards, and worship all the shivlings simultaneously. If you're having lots of problems with education, and you find that yourself or your children cannot concentrate on your education and complete your education, then a shivling made of rice flour should be worshipped. If you wish for good health and the removal of illnesses, then a shivling made of sugar candy, or with sugar candy mixed into the flour or mud mixture, should be worshipped. If you wish for property, then a shivling made of paneer should be worshipped. If you know that you have committed great sins and you now wish to repent for it, then you should hold a handful of black sesame seeds in your hand, confess your sins, and then after your worship, you can then place your shivling at your prayer place and worship it every day or every Monday until the end of Sawan Maas, or you can immerse your shivling into running water, or bury it under a tree or anywhere where you know people will not walk over it. If you've used a lamp, after the lamp has burnt out, you can clean it up, and you can wait until the next Monday, or worship Lord Shiva every day until the end of Sawan Maas. Care should be taken that when you move your shivling, you don't break it or damage it. Afterwards, perform arti and ask for forgiveness for any mistakes committed accidentally. So until next time, keep in touch, and I will now post most of my videos onto YouTube, so that you can click subscribe and hit the bell icon so you get a notification every time. Some people have been complaining that they don't get the notification on Facebook every time I post a video, or the video does not show up on their feed. On YouTube, you can get a notification every time. Still, keep in touch on Facebook, and that way you can message me if you have any queries, or comment below. Namaste.